Good evening, friends. You've heard now from our co-founders, one of whom is also my co-founder. We've been on an emotional journey together, and it's going to keep going from here. The difference now is I'm going to ask you for some participation in a bit, but fair warning. Look, now you're going to hear from a girl with a broom. Bet you didn't have this in your plans for tonight. My grandmother Anais taught me that when your team has a big game, you take a broom, you turn it upside down, and you help them win. Superstitious? Definitely. Effective? Look, I'm from Boston, and they don't call it Titletown for nothing. Tonight, knew that was going to happen. Tonight, our team is really up against it. We're on track for the deadliest year on record for humanitarians. Governments are cutting international aid as displacement, war, and famine flare around the world. As if that weren't enough, those who create humanitarian crises multiply in force and factor. Problem makers to humanitarians, problem solvers, we call them, as you've heard, inhumanitarians. And they're on the move. Good thing we've got our broom. Now let's get to winning. Aurora is an expression of gratitude from descendants of survivors of the Armenian genocide to those who saved our families, enabling us to exist today. We're in good company for bad reasons. Genocide, disease, oppression, if you bear a legacy that nobody wants, whatever it is, you know that every day is a gift, an opportunity for which you are grateful. We can't go back and change what happened, but we can charge forward and shape what's next. Aurora calls on us to act on our gratitude for the benefit of others. For the past 10 years, our gratitude in action has been the $1 million Aurora Prize awarded to remarkable humanitarians, spiritual descendants of those whose courageous actions allowed us to be here today. Humanitarians, they get the job done. Resourceful, adaptable, thank you for the small laughs, that was appreciated. Resourceful, adaptable, entrepreneurial, they are uniquely positioned to allocate capital for the greatest return in the toughest settings. That's why the Aurora Laureate shares the prize with fellow humanitarians of their choosing, continuing the cycle of giving. Like a stone thrown into water, their impact ripples out from the prize through their communities and into the future. Take Gabriel Kerarangabo, a Burundian refugee in Rwanda. He earned his degree on a scholarship created with Aurora Prize funds by our first laureate, Marguerite Barinkitse. Gabriel is one of tens of thousands of students Marguerite has educated and indeed raised. And she's here with us tonight. Gabriel went on to build a refugee youth program, helping kids like him reach their full potential. Earlier this year, he returned to Aurora, this time as a prize nominator, contributing to the record 868 nominations we received in this cycle. Gabriel and Marguerite have brought gratitude in action full circle. Over the past decade, the rigorous Aurora Prize selection process has gathered thousands of nominations, of which we've deeply vetted more than 100 humanitarians working in over 70 countries. These leaders have emerged as the Aurora Humanitarian Network, together touching the lives of tens of millions around the world. Tonight, we catch a glimpse of the world as it should be. For a few precious hours within these walls, we come together to celebrate humanitarians as the very best of humanity. But a glimpse, however powerful, is fleeting. To make it last, Aurora's next chapter will bring the full power of the Aurora Humanitarian Network to bear. With community and capacity building programs, we will catalyze better, faster, stronger, more resilient local humanitarian response. This work, our work, will allow a new generation to survive, so that in another 100 years, in another beautiful room, somewhere in the world, descendants of those survivors will put their own gratitude in action. In this way, intergenerational trauma can forge intergenerational resilience, and that can flourish into gratitude and ultimately action. I brought my broom because the inhumanitarians are on the move. But humanitarians are rising to meet them, and we're lucky to have many of them here in this room. Here comes the participation part. If you are an Aurora humanitarian like Marguerite, or you're here tonight representing one who could not be with us, please rise so we may thank you. Applause is great. Action is better. We can all join this incredible team by becoming humanitarian hyphenates ourselves, living our lives with each other, for each other. When I look out at this room, I see humanitarian hyphenates everywhere. And so now I'm going to ask you to make some noise. Are there any educators, parents, caretakers in this room? And how about any medical doctors? There's no emergency, you can make yourself known, it's safe. You fix what's broken and shape better lives. You are carer humanitarians. How about entrepreneurs? Any of those? Here we go. Tepid, but I'll take it. Leaders in business, nonprofits, foundations, government, any of that? Think we got a few? You innovate to make tomorrow's world possible today. When you use your power to alleviate suffering, you become enterprise humanitarians. And now this group I'm counting on. Any artists, creatives, or journalists in the room? You tell stories that change lives, making us turn toward when we would sooner turn away. You are storyteller humanitarians. It is going to take every single one of us, and if I didn't get to you, that doesn't mean you're off the hook, and many more, to face the challenges that await us back home. There is no better place to start than this room of transitions and beginnings. In that spirit, I wasn't planning on doing this, so my team might have words for me. I have spoken to so many people whose families came through Ellis Island, and so I'm going to ask you, if you have any family who came through Ellis Island, please rise. That was better than I'd even hoped. Tonight, we join a long line of dreamers and doers who passed through this very hall and into a new world. When we leave this place, and I promise you at some point we will, let us follow in their footsteps in common pursuit of something better for ourselves and our children. When these ferries arrive back at shore, let them be full of humanitarians ready for what's next. So cherish tonight's glimpse and act on it. Of the many ways to do that, I will suggest one. Invest in Aurora. When you put your gratitude in action by supporting Aurora financially, you're building lasting solutions designed by and for those who know best. On the ground, humanitarians. But they can't do it alone, and neither can we. Our warmest thanks to the many individuals and institutions who have come together to get the ball rolling on Aurora's next phase. To everyone else, it is time to suit up and get in the game. We are up against it. Team Aurora needs you. So let's make it happen. Tonight, in this room, with this broom.